We're going to ballistically approach that planet at about 12,000 miles an hour. And the trick we have to perform is to slow down to just a couple miles an hour so that we can gently touch the vehicle down.
A delicate operation is about to happen, and history will be made on Mars as they just gently touch it down like you're kissing your sister.
Just sounds so easy.
Just enough. NASA is about to land the first Mars Rover on Mars in nearly a decade.
Perseverance will search for signs of life, collect the first samples that will be returned by a future mission, and pave the way for human explorers. Joining us this morning to talk all about the mission is Eric Ironson, NASA Mars Exploration Program Director. How excited are you? This is unreal.
Incredibly excited. It's a really big day.
Well, now we hear that there are 7 minutes of terror, though, first, right? As soon as the rover gets to the Mars atmosphere till touchdown, it's 7 minutes where anything could really go wrong.
Yeah, I mean, any landing on Mars is challenging, and this one's no exception. Hundreds of things have to go right. And what will happen later today is called entry, descent, and landing. It begins when the spacecraft reaches the top of the Martian atmosphere, traveling over 12,000 miles per hour. It ends 7 minutes later with Perseverance stationary on the Martian surface, and this is why we call it the 7 minutes of terror. During that time, the spacecraft enters the atmosphere, heating its protective shell up to over 2,000 degrees Fahrenheit. It has to fire some thrusters in order to stay oriented, deploys a parachute, locks on the landing site, and then finally uses a sky crane to use a tether to lower the Perseverance rover onto the surface. And all that's done remotely because it takes 11 minutes to get the signal back from Mars. A little stressful, but we've got the best team in the world working on it.
And you hope it's not just going to be another crater pockmark on Mars. Look, guys, look what we did.
I feel really good about this because we've got great people working on this mission.
Oh, I'm sure. So what are you going to be doing there? I know that it's going to a dry lake bed. What are you hoping, what are you thinking you might find?
Yeah, so, you mentioned the dry lake bed. It's called Jezreel Crater. It's about 28 miles wide. And from orbit, this crater shows all the promising signs of a place that was likely friendly to life in the distant past. Scientists believe that this area was once flooded with water and was home to an ancient river delta. More than 3.5 billion years ago, river channels spilled over the walls of the crater to create this lake. And conceivably, microbial life could have lived in Jezreel during these wet times. And if so, we're hoping to find what they call biosignatures or signs of this ancient life to see if there was actually life on Mars at one point.
Pretty fascinating stuff. And we also have a Salt Lake City professor that is kind of helping out in this mission as well, Professor Bonnie Baxter from Westminster College. Can you talk a little bit about what her contributions will be?
Well, we have scientists from all over that are going to take a look at the samples that are coming back from this mission. So we actually get a lot of data from the missions that are from the mission itself while it's on Mars. But we're going to be collecting samples and bringing them back to Earth on a future mission. And scientists are going to be able to take a look at that data and be able to analyze the things that are happening there.
So from what I understand as well, when we were talking earlier, you were saying that pretty much anybody has access to this information. It's not just NASA. You're spreading the wealth to let the rest of us hacks be able to see what this is and maybe have, a little bit of a look at it.
That's correct. NASA has an open data policy, which means that basically we make sure that all the data that we have available to us is free and openly available to everyone in the world. Because this is about science, and we want to make sure that we can learn as much as we can, and there are people all around the world who have great ideas and can think about the things that we're observing.
So we can take a look at the data. Also, we can take a look at the landing as well. How can viewers get in on that?
Yeah, the best place to go is NASA TV, which you can find through nasa.gov, and there's all sorts of good information there about the landing itself. And it's going to be an exciting time.
Okay, when this stuff comes back, give me a first shot at it before you put it on eBay. I want to take a shot at it and see if we can come to terms before somebody else bids it up.
We're going to have to talk about that offline.
Okay. Sorry about that. I'm just trying to make sure this is public so everybody knows I get first dibs. That's all.
He hasn't quite agreed. Okay.
Eric, thanks a lot for talking to us. Good luck with everything today.
Exciting day.
We're all pretty excited about this.
Perseverance.